Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral for the Queer God Squad. Joining me today, and most days, are Bishop Robert Griffin and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world. In 2026, we are celebrating the 41st anniversary of Hotspots Magazine with Queer News Tonight, sharing over 14,000 stories and 12 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
Please like and share today's story. And if you'd like to support the work of Sunshine Cathedral, visit sunshinecathedral.org. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. The appalling behavior of a tyrant, a bully, a bigot, Donald J. Trump. During his June 7, 2026 appearance on Meet the Press, President Trump's conduct drew widespread criticism for his combative behavior toward the press and his continued propagation of election-related conspiracy theories. During the interview recorded in Wisconsin, the president repeatedly labeled the network and its interviewer, Kristen Welker, as crooked and stupid when pressed for evidence regarding his unsubstantiated claims that recent California election results and the 2020 presidential election were, quote, rigged. The situation escalated when Welker questioned him about a now abandoned anti-weaponization fund that critics feared could be used to compensate individuals involved in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Frustrated by the line of questioning, the president ultimately ended the interview prematurely, removing his microphone and walking away. The display was viewed by many as a troubling escalation in the administration's ongoing hostility toward institutional accountability and democratic norms regarding election integrity. The Queer God Squad wonders how rigged elections got him elected twice and a GOP majority in both houses. If it was rigged against him, how did the supposed riggers not win every time? And why should religious voices be concerned with outlandish, unverified claims in the political arena? Well, one, we should be concerned because we are seekers of truth. And so when people are blatantly and obviously lying, especially about and in leadership of our shared communal existence, that is troubling. So of course we have something to say about that, not only as spiritual leaders, but just as citizens. It's not a rigged election if your party wins the majority of seats in both houses, if your party completely dominates the Supreme Court, if most of the governors in the country are from your party, and if you won 2 out of 3 times, although only one of those 3 times the popular vote. But nevertheless, you can't just win, and then say it's rigged. If it's rigged in your favor. How stupid do you sound? And then secondly, yeah, if you're going to say it's rigged, you're going to have to bring some receipts. You're going to have to show your work. And that finally, after like a decade, some journalist has the nerve to say, show me. And for him just to lose his mind, and then for him to be insulting and condescending. He called her darling, he called her stupid, he called her crooked, he called all the networks crooked, even though CBS is basically in his pocket these days, so under new leadership. It was just a complete man-baby tantrum. This person has somehow made it 8 decades without being held accountable, without being asked to prove anything, without being expected to tell the truth. And when the rare human says, you're making a ridiculous claim, so you're going to need to show some receipts, he implodes. And that tells me more people need to do that more often. Now, when it's a woman, and especially a woman of color, he becomes insufferably insulting and abusive. But show that too. Show the world who he is. Not that he's ever hidden it. And those of us who've been paying attention have said from day one. I mean, Reverend Kevin grew up in New Amsterdam. It later became New York. But he has known Trump from the start, has known of him and his family. We've always known. We made fun of him in the 90s. He was a joke always. Somehow He tapped into the worst elements of human nature. He won, although again, won the racist, the antebellum electoral college vote, but not the popular vote, then lost both, and then won both. So he's become president 2 out of 3 times, won the popular vote 1 out of 3 times. His party has swept everything for the decade. And for him to say that it's crooked and that it's rigged, how do you sound being the winner of a so-called rigged thing? If it's rigged, it was it was rigged in your favor. Pardon me. So he sounds like an idiot, and by that I mean he's an idiot. And but I think that this reporter did exactly the right thing. Just show the results. Just show the receipts. You're saying a thing, back it up, cite some sources, and we'll take you seriously. And that he can't do that shows you who he really is. Please keep that up, press. Finally, do it and keep it up.
A bully. That's what he is, above and beyond. And when bullies are challenged, what happened on that Meet the Press episode is it's a given. He's not going to allow someone to attack him and stand there and fight. My favorite part of the interview was when he pulled off the mic, dropped it to the ground, got up, almost fell on his face, had to hold on to Welker in order for him not to fall, and then he steps on the microphone. I mean, is that a grown man? And that's the whole thing. CBS is now being run by MAGA Light. The reason that we don't have Stephen Colbert on TV anymore is because they had to bribe the FCC by getting rid of him. Do you know, the other night, he was at a basketball game at Madison Square Garden. They showed his face during the playing of the national anthem, and I have never heard such lusty boos. As a former New Amsterdamer, I truly just loved it. And in case anybody was thinking that they were booing the singer or the national anthem, no, they were booing the guy whose face was on the great big jumbotron.
He twisted it though. He spun it as
I heard him,
accolades. They were cheering him.
I heard him.
Boo!
And
cheering.
That just goes to show you that his cognitive dissonance knows no bounds. If he heard cheers, then he's lost. We as a nation have got to continue to pay attention to the idea that he's got to be stopped. And the only way to stop him at this point, and I'm not saying 86-47, I'm saying get out there and vote in November, and let's take back at minimum the House. And I'd love for the Senate to flip also. That may be a little more difficult, but it can be done if everybody actually goes out there and votes. That's the only way we're going to begin to slow this turn to stupidity down.
We never advocate violence, but this leader, so-called president, he only presides over chaos really, is violent.
Yeah.
And does violence against people's character, against our own nation, against other nations. And so, yeah, we never promote violence, but neither do we accept it.
No.
I think my takeaway from the whole Meet the Press interview, is that it continues to show that he is not presidential material. It continues to show that he is all the things that people say he is, and then sometimes too. But we're America. This is not what America was used to in its presidents. Right or wrong, good or bad, called or not called. This is not how presidents behave. This is not how leaders of other nations behave. Yeah, if you do something wrong, you get held accountable for it. But when you are the creator of unaccountability, and you think that you're above the law, it is time for the real Republicans to stand up.
The 11 who are left.
They are the ones who can take control of this thing as well. The real Republicans that are left can still swing this thing like, okay, we know this is wrong. This is not right. This is not someone who's representing the interests of America any longer. Forget the globe at this point. This is about America.
Yeah.
And again, my takeaway, continue least amount of presidentiality about him whatsoever. The derogatory comments towards the reporter, and just like, come on, Even if you did that in the shower room, which is unacceptable, to do that on national television, on global television, as you continue to do, it's not acceptable if you wish to call yourself Mr. President.
See, I mean, Hoover's policies were desperately naive. Truman was the only person ever in the history of the world to use nuclear weapons in warfare. Nixon was straight up a criminal, though his criminality now looks like a parking violation compared to what we've seen since then. Bush Jr. was certainly no genius. Reagan was just wrong about a lot of things. I don't think he was evil. I think he thought he was right and was trying to do a good thing. He just was wrong about a lot of things. And after all of that, I mean, certainly Bill Clinton, a brilliant man, but no ethicist, for God, for sure. And after all of these, they all look like saints and geniuses and fictional heroes compared to this fool. And so, yeah, he has lowered the standard so desperately. Even when he was falling on his face with that reporter, that he reached out and caught himself on her shoulder and turned it into a demoralizing pat. But thing, you used her to save you from breaking a hip. He is just a horrible excuse for a human. And without the Heritage Foundation, without people propping up, he would be nobody. But he's basically a useful idiot, but to the powers of oppression and injustice. But it's easy to blame Heritage, and it's easy to blame him, and it's easy to blame the party. He wouldn't be anyone. There wouldn't have been an apprentice without viewers. There wouldn't have been any presidential wins, legitimate or not, without people who voted for him and people who failed to vote at all. So yes, he's a monster and he's an idiot and he's a clown. And if we had been doing our bit, we wouldn't know his name.
Amen.
So it's time to grow up and take responsibility and fix this. He's there because of us, because we either supported him for whatever nefarious or selfish reasons, or because we couldn't be bothered to engage at all. It's time to grow up and take responsibility for our democracy and be fully engaged in it. And if that happens, he'll never happen again. But it's on us.
Yeah.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad. Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad. Today, we are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Please like and share this and other episodes of the Queer God Squad. Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we're all in this together. And also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.